On this episode of Nerds Talking the Podcast, the nerds talk about social media and the dangers of TikTok challenges. Also, Taylor Swift scares away the Exorcist. What's going on? And the Last Voyage of the Demeter. We talk about it, we review it, and have you been to Montana? Maybe you should go. All that and more on this episode of Nerds Talking the Podcast. Now start the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Yo.
We talk about lightsabers, stunnies, TV screens, what you want to stream, everything beyond your dreams. Want to talk about movies, sports, and even politics? Go ahead and tune into us, we give you all of it. No matter you're debating Xbox or PlayStation, Mac or PC, Marvel or DC. Teraflops when the movie drops, gigabytes, chips, RAMs, no matter what it is, we got all of it. Welcome to the show.
Nerds Talking, the podcast.
Welcome to Nerds Talking, the podcast. I'm here with Johnny, Laura, and that's where it ends. The buck stops there. Carlos not here. He's in the, what do they call it, the most magical place on Earth, the happiest place on Earth, or the most expensive place on Earth? Which one is
happiest and most expensive?
He's in Disneyland with his family. So they're there enjoying Halloween, because right now it's Halloween at Disneyland. And have you guys been to Halloween at Disneyland Halloween? No, Laura's like, no, Johnny?
I've been during Halloween time, but I didn't go to that Oogie Boogie Bash.
Nah, that's for kids. That's not for you. It's that's cool only because when you walk into Disneyland, they have like that 30-foot pumpkin that's all lit up. It looks like Mickey. And I mean, it's not scary. It's not like Not Scary Farm or Universal Studios or anything like that. I'm pretty sure there's a theme park near Laura where they have, the scary Halloween, right, Laura? I mean, what do you have? The Six Flags out there?
We have Six Flags, yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't been to Fright Fest in many years.
Fright Fest.
I think it was like pretty vanilla during the day, and then at night, last time I was there, they did have some pretty scary looking costumes running around. I mean, I thought they were awesome, but I don't think my 3-year-old would think that they were awesome.
Yeah, no, that's how it is. Yeah, it was Universal Studios, same way. They have, very high end looking makeup, And this year they're adding the Exorcist room. So yeah,
isn't like Freddy Krueger like running around the park scaring the shit out of you too?
No, he's not a Universal character. They can't use him. Yeah,
really?
Yeah, he's a New Line Cinema.
I feel like I might have told people that lie.
But you know what? You may have seen. You ever gone to your local one? Like, how there's like a local haunted house, like that everybody goes, oh, you gotta go to that one. That one's cool. You pay maybe like $10 to walk through.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you'll see the guy that dresses Freddy Krueger, Jason, Mike Myers. Mike Myers is the lamest of all of them. The lamest.
Yeah, he's not scary looking.
He's just lazy. It's lazy costuming.
Yeah.
Just lazy. I mean,
and
he looks like a mechanic, right? Just
a
jumpsuit and a mask.
Yeah. He walks everywhere, but he can catch up to you no matter what. That's what I always hated about Jason too, though. You'd run through the forest. You're like, I got so far from him, and he's in front of you. You're like, you gotta either explain this to me. Is he a demon? Like, can he just transport? Is like, how's this work? I don't understand the Jason Voorhees thing. Like, somebody fucking explain it to me.
It's the tortoise and the hare thing because they always stop and they look back. They don't look around the corner.
But he doesn't run ever. So if you're doing a full sprint for like 10 minutes, there's no way he's gonna catch up to you if you take a break for like 1 minute. So
I mean, maybe he runs when
you're not
they
looking.
turn his head. Yeah.
He's pretty tall too, so he probably has long sprints.
Right.
When the camera's not looking, that's when he sprints.
Right. And then that's when they do the stunt double black guy. and then the way Jason comes back.
Some dude from Kenya at like a 5-minute mile pace.
Exactly.
I don't get tired.
He does the killing. I just do the running. So he's at
partnership.
Disneyland. Yeah, exactly. Enjoying good old Disneyland. So there, Carlos will not be joining us, but he did chime in with, "You guys should talk about this." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
We ain't talking about that bullshit.
Yeah, we're not talking about your shit. I mean, the first time he has an idea, he's not here.
Let's talk about how much money he's spending. Family of 3.
Oh,
how much do you think?
Okay, first he bought the California passes, so it's $240 a person for 3 days. So it's actually pretty cheap. It's $80 a day. That's cheap for Disneyland. $80
cheap,
a day
right?
to get in.
Yeah,
that's
I think
cheap.
that is cheap.
Yeah, but just adding it up, that's what, 750 in part?
$750 in
Tickets?
park. Yep. And on top of that, he drove.
Whatever
So
hotel.
there's gas. Yep. And then there's hotel. And then there's you got
And
to pay separate for
food.
the Oogie Boogie Bash.
I don't think he went to
Uh,
that though.
Oh, you're right. He didn't go to that
He
one.
went
this
to it
time.
last year,
And he said it
and
sucked.
he didn't learn his lesson. He's back.
Yes.
He's back. Take my money.
Yeah. And when you buy the California pass, you can only go Monday through Thursday, I think.
Really?
Yeah, you can't go weekends at all ever. Yeah.
What
That makes
do
sense.
they have the park hopper still?
You can upgrade into park hopper, but they're actually per one park per day. So typically you go Disneyland, California, Disneyland.
I see.
No one's gonna double dip California, you know. But yeah. So
Wait,
you're
so
right,
the
Laura.
California pass is like a season pass?
No. If you buy,
That's just the 3 days.
it's just 3 days total.
Okay.
That's all you get.
Okay.
3 days. Yeah.
right.
Like if you live, say where I live 25 minutes away from the park, I can use
Mhm.
those 3 days anytime within the time frame of like 4 or 5 months.
Oh.
You know, I don't have to go
Oh.
back to back to back. You know.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Okay.
And you can go to one park for all 3 days. You don't have to. You know, there's no restrictions on. You have to go to California Adventures. But you're right. So 700, say 20 on park. Let's just say 300 on gas, maybe because he's driving 6-7 hours to get there. He's probably paying
Hotel.
a minimum. Yeah, I was gonna say a minimum of $600 on hotel. Then you got food. Then you got souvenirs.
Okay,
Yeah.
1500 over under.
Over.
Oh, we're playing fucking Price is
Over.
Right.
1501.
Oh wait,
know
are
what?
you over? No, you're under. I think the price is over that.
I'm going
for sure.
over. Yeah, no, I'm going over 1500. Yeah. Even if
Yeah.
it's 1501, I'm going over. Yeah.
Shit, I can spend $2,000 in Branson over the weekend with a family of 3. That's
Oh.
not Disneyland.
What's in Branson?
Oh, they still got the sheep farm there?
I'm sure
No,
somewhere.
I don't know. I just
Silver
assume
Dollar
that's what all they
City.
have.
The only time I've ever heard of Branson is
Uh-huh.
that one movie with Jay Burchell. I think it's called "She's Out of My League" or some shit like that.
Takes place in Branson.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna go to Branson as a
are
family
they?
trip. Yeah, and like his ex-girlfriend, like he's trying to get back together with her, but she's still with the boyfriend.
I
It's
swear-
it's a very
But I think Branson's been in other things too, though.
It's like a
Uh-huh.
Las Vegas of the Midwest, as in like you could go have a show there and kind of be a
Oh.
big deal, but it's in Missouri, so nobody gives a shit.
So does it have like the
Um,
neon lights, like old Vegas?
hmm
Oh,
Can
now
you gamble
now-
there?
Yeah, can you gamble? Oh,
Hell no.
oh, then fuck
A
it.
What about on a
Christianist book.
riverboat?
Nope.
Can you gamble
Not
in the
there.
alleyway?
Oh, I'm sure there's some illegal
Tyrone and
gambling
Jake.
going on.
Okay, good.
I go for Silver
I got
Dollar City.
dice.
I love Silver Dollar City. It's a really fun theme park.
Okay, there we go. So Branson it is. All right. Branson. You know, I just came back from Montana. Anybody ever been to Montana?
Big
One-
Sky
one time.
Country. No.
One time at
Oh,
birth.
would you?
I'd like to
would you-
go.
Motherfucker at birth.
That's
That's
it.
right. You were born in Montana.
Yeah.
You know, it's the capital of dinosaurs. Did you know that?
I did know that.
The most dinosaurs ever found are in Montana, and the most species also. I did not know.
You know
that
where I
till
learned that?
just now.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Oh, they say that in
Jurassic
Jurassic Park
They do.
or the book.
Did you verify the info?
It's in the
Uh,
book. And
yeah,
no, I didn't
I-
verify it. I just assumed.
So here's the deal. I land at the airport and I see a statue of a grizzly bear. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Then I see an eagle. Oh, that's cool too. Then a hawk. Oh, okay. And then it's like a mountain with like waterfalls. These are all like bronze statues in the airport. And then there's a huge Tyrona, what is it? God damn it.
Tyrannosaurus.
Tyrannosaurus. Triceratops. It's actually Triceratops. Tyrannosaurus. Hey, man, what you looking at,
Ghetto-ass
bro?
Dinosaur.
So Triceratops head. I'm like thinking to myself, why is there a Triceratops head here? And then the next, like I walk 20 feet, is a huge T-Rex head. And I'm like, I don't understand this. And then I went to the Museum of the Rockies. And come to find out, it's the largest dinosaur collection in the world. And they took me underground in a private tour. They showed me all the
That's cool.
dinosaurs that they still haven't unveiled. They have a ton of them. They have one dinosaur. They don't even know what it is.
There's a bunch of those.
Yeah. And It's kind of wild. And then I asked the guy, how many do you got? How many? Largest T-Rex collection in the world. How about Tyrannosaurus, aka Triceratops? Largest collection in the world. I'm like, God damn. We're so
Cool.
big, we have to loan these out to Asia. And I'm like, damn, okay. But it was pretty cool. I didn't know that about Montana. Yeah.
They make casts out of them and they sell them to museums. Like they take
Yes,
the
yeah,
real
they're
skeletons.
Casts. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, when they send them to Japan, they're the real fossils
Oh.
because they're like partnered with this particular museum in Japan. But yes, you're
Okay.
right. When they send them to other places, they're just the cast. Yeah, just the cast. But we went underground and saw this Triceratops head that was so big that they just found like 2 years ago. This son of a bitch was like 10 feet long, like 9 feet wide. I was like, holy, can you imagine that thing in real life? God
Jesus.
damn, Tyrannosaurus. Some bitch was huge.
You think he's running like Jason Voorhees, or you're just running your ass off? He's like, with his little ass arms.
He's moping. He's
Scared of that
moping
bitch.
Well,
around.
Triceratops are herbivores, so
Yeah, they are
they're not going
herbivores.
to be running after you.
Yeah, that's right.
Herbivores.
But when they catch you, though, oh boy, they're gonna perv the shit out of you.
All right, I feel like your museum experiences are different than mine. Stop jerking off at the museums.
Jerking out to Tyrone.
Yeah, the Tyrannosaurus. So it was. I didn't know that about Montana. I thought Montana was only known for one thing, Yellowstone. But no.
What city were you in?
Bozeman, the city in Montana to go to. Good old Bozeman. So I even asked them about the show Yellowstone. What do you think about that show? They're like, man, there's like 1,000 of those ranches here. There's not one guy that owns like the ranch on Yellowstone. He's like, there's 1,000 of them. He's like, what a bullshit show. And I'm like, how about the politics in the show? They're like, only 1 million people live in Montana. It ain't that serious. I'm like, okay, so I shouldn't take it so serious. All right, it's all lies. I got you.
Where did you get this info from? Like the lady at the Cinnabon in Montana?
They don't have a Cinnabon, bro. Don't go that far.
It's an airport. Every airport.
Oh, yeah, you think I just stayed at the airport like I was Tom Hanks in the movie?
I feel like you might. I feel like you like walk around, you get your information, and then that's it. I'm an expert.
That's it.
I got
Get
something
a
to talk
rental
about.
car, go straight to my hotel room, never leave the hotel room. I learned everything I need to know. My good old Montana. Yeah. So yeah, it's cool. And very, very scenic. So if you want a nice, serene looking, everything green, trees, mountains surrounding you, and you want to, I think that's where David Letterman retired to. And I know Phil Jackson, the head coach, also retired to Montana because of that reason. It's quiet, no one's gonna bother you, and you get that naturescape, I guess. So
yeah, he after the seasons, when he was in Chicago, he used to just ride his motorcycle from Chicago to Montana.
Yep.
Just to
Why
get
do I
away.
think that Bruce Campbell lives in Montana?
look it up. Somebody Google that. Googly. So there you go. So Johnny's been to Montana. Matter of fact, he's his home state, born and raised for how many hours?
Born. That's all it was.
Wait, so
Oh,
you were
no,
born and
sorry.
they just packed up and left? Like what happened?
I fucking
Wait.
remember. Maybe I was 2, maybe I was 3.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say your parents were driving through and you fell out. Hey, no, we have a baby. Okay, keep going though. Just keep going.
I was young enough to get it looked like a Canadian tuxedo. I have a picture. If I can find it, I'll share it with you.
There you go.
But I look
There you go.
terrible.
I lied.
There
He
you
lived
go.
in Oregon. Lives in Oregon. I'm wrong. Sorry.
Okay. There you go. And since I was talking about the whole Exorcist thing, you guys know the movie comes out October 13th, the new one, which looks like it's going to scare the pants off of children. If children go see it. But Taylor Swift is coming out with a movie. It's just her concert that she's on tour now that sells out everywhere she goes. It's coming out the same day as Exorcist. So New Line Cinema's like, oh hell no, push that shit back. So they moved Exorcist away from that release date because they're like, we're gonna lose so much money if we put on Taylor Swift Day. And Taylor
Probably
Swift,
smart.
well, the Taylor Swift movie has already sold $50 million in pre-sales to watch the concert. I'm not sure. Would you guys want to watch a concert at a theater? Because
No.
I imagine people are gonna sing
No.
along and shit. I'm like, oh,
No.
not even your favorite
No
band.
interest.
What was it?
No.
What's your favorite? Like your go-to band?
I don't really have a favorite band. I listen to so much music and it's just such a random thing. And I hate concerts. And
Well, because we know why. Because you missed Metallica when you were like 13.
No,
I
never
hate
got over it.
crowds.
Never got over it. Couldn't find Doc Brown fast enough to get back there in time.
I hate crowds. And music to me is something that is not really, it's like a background to something. It's not the event itself. I just don't.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, I see that. I mean, it's the reason why, like, I never like going to clubs because I always said to myself, I don't want to listen to what you're playing. Like, let me listen to my own damn music. So yeah. So, but I guess if there was a concert movie you would watch, who would you watch? That's the thing. That would be entertaining enough to make a movie out of it. I know Johnny's answer already. I don't need to hear it. Johnny, go ahead. Say New Edition.
Before I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, wait. It says you disabled screen sharing.
Oh, you want to share something?
Yeah, I'm going to show you a picture of me in Montana.
Don't do it. Okay, good. I thought you...
And apparently we lived in a trailer park, so I am technically trailer trash.
Are you really?
Yeah.
All right. It says here now, everyone can start sharing. So
can you see it?
There's Johnny.
Look at that. Look at that little tuxedo.
So what year is this? Johnny's showing us a picture of himself in Montana.
I'm going to say this is 70.
Late 70s.
78, 79.
Okay. I mean, that is
I'm assuming I'm about 2 years old.
That's a Montana boy shirt right there.
Oh, yeah.
You have a giant head.
Giant head. But look at that hair, though. Look at that hair.
Yeah, the hair's cute. And you've got like the Peter Pan collar, the 70s.
The massive Peter that goes all the way to the shoulders. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Peter Pan collar.
The double breast
pockets. It looks like
double
with
breast,
big white buttons on it.
Fake pockets. Yep. And look at those cups.
Did you know that baby blue and yellow go really well together? Because
in the 70s they did.
Wait, yeah, I don't see any yellow in the picture.
Stripes on the shirt. Are you colorblind?
Oh, no, he's being racist.
He's talking about
he's being racist.
Johnny gets it.
I fucking knew it.
Oh.
There he is.
I was waiting for him to call it out, but yeah. So there he is, Johnny in Montana. We have proof that he was in Montana. He wasn't just shitting us.
It's just a picture. I could have been anywhere, right? But who would claim to be from Montana?
Yeah, it's I guess if there's the one state you don't want to be from, which state would it be? Like North Dakota?
I was thinking of Dakota.
Alabama.
I mean, I think it's a little bit higher though than some states where they'll get no attention, right? Like at all. Like Wyoming. Oh, you're from Wyoming? What's in Wyoming?
I would rather be from Wyoming than Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Johnny, would you rather? Well, you're from Montana, so I guess we can't nothing for you.
Yeah. You want me to go lower or higher?
You're lame as fuck. Alaska. Alaska would be cool though, because people would be like, "What's it like in Alaska?" Because nobody really wants to go to Alaska. They just want to know what it's like in Alaska.
I do. I want to go. It's just hard to get there.
What's hard to get there?
It's the flights are very expensive.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah.
Like a cruise.
Yeah, I heard a cruise is better though, from Vancouver, British Columbia.
I don't want to be stuck on a boat. It doesn't really appeal to me.
Okay.
But get there eventually. It's on the list.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Just, way ahead of time. When she goes, I just want to tell her now. Just congrats on your trip to Alaska.
I like your faith in me. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You go get it done. Don't let no one hold you back.
When I went, they told me they had like a lot of like benefits. If you live in a certain area, you're allowed to kill one polar bear a year or two polar bears a year.
Cool.
I guess you get to hunt for free. They give you like a few other things, but you're still in Alaska.
I guess my question is, would you take advantage of getting to kill a polar bear?
Fuck no.
If you're a hunter, sure.
I mean, I think it's just messed up. Like, even though it's like, here's your polar bear punch card for the year. Like,
you share it with the tribe and all that. I guess I don't know. I didn't really get too many details. I'm not a fucking Alaska expert like you are with dinosaurs.
Yeah, I know. I'm a Montana expert, not a dinosaur expert. There's a difference.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, are you sure?
Tyrannosaurus.
Tyrannosaurus. You should just call it Montanosaurus. That's it. So
it's not a bad name,
right? It's not horrible. So yeah, There you go with that. And we're gonna jump into good old social media posts. Now, this is actually based on, if you guys heard the kid on TikTok that ate 16 of those hot Dorito chips, the ones you buy like one individual at a time, and then he
Oh,
died.
Jesus. Are you serious?
Yeah, he died. Yeah. He did a TikTok challenge, and one guy, I guess, on TikTok did 15 and was rushed to the hospital, but he was okay. This kid decided, I'm gonna do 16, and he died. And
how old was this kid?
I think he was like 15 years old. Because, you gotta be TikTok famous these days.
Like it's like Tide Pods. Like you might as well just be eating Tide Pods. I just don't. I don't understand.
But those weren't bad with hot sauce though.
Everything's better with hot sauce.
Yeah. What's that other? What's the Thai sauce that you get when you're always at a Thai restaurant? What's that sauce? The red sauce. God damn, it's good too.
Not the rooster one. Do you mean the rooster one?
Has a rooster on it.
Sriracha.
Yeah, put that shit on.
That's not that hot.
Pods. Not hot. It's good though. But yeah, so social media posts like that. I mean, have you guys ever seen anybody in public doing social media?
So
here we go.
I recently saw an old coworker of mine. Not going to call out her name, but she is in Paris. Can we get her first name? No.
Her name is Paris. Okay, go.
She's in Paris, and she is a roller skater. That's like her thing. And so she's in front of the Eiffel Tower at night. And so you can imagine there's people all over the place. She's got her own stand and light that she brings around to where she is and sets it up in the middle of the street and then does things on it. And I'm like, whatever. She posts this thing of her in front of the Eiffel Tower trying to like do a little skate for her camera. And she gets mad that people are standing next to her. Like, do you not see me all set up with this? And I'm like, girl, you do not own public spaces. You have to share your space. Everybody else in front of the Eiffel Tower is there to take pictures of the Eiffel Tower and pictures of themselves in front of the Eiffel Tower. You're not going to get, little cones to put around yourself to do your fucking video. And I was just like, this is some shit. And I wanted to comment so bad that I'm like, Laura, keep it to yourself. Nobody cares what you think. Unless you have a podcast, so that I figure I come on here and bitch about it.
There you go. Why don't you give me the name and I want to check it out.
You want to check out this person? I mean,
I'll post.
It's like the video you see. You guys ever see the videos where people are at the gym?
Yeah,
and then they get
out of my shot.
They get pissed off. Yeah, get out of my shot. Why are you in the way?
Fuck off.
So I feel like 50% of those are like fake.
Well, I saw somebody at the gym recently doing that. Like they were filming themselves, but she didn't stop what she was doing because people were walking in front. She was like, what am I going to do about it? But the funniest thing is she puts the weight down and literally stares at herself in the mirror for like 10 minutes. That's like what the video is, just staring in the mirror for like 10 minutes. I'm like, why aren't you staring at the camera? Why are you like, but
was
no,
she's hot?
Just, yeah, but that's why I didn't mind. But for 10 minutes, I didn't mind. But I'll say, but again.
Yeah. All I needed was 5 minutes because.
Yeah. No, but I do think it's funny that people do that at the gym. I really do. Because I mean,
the videos that I've seen, right, are like chicks that are like trying to work out or like pose or whatever, and then guys will walk in front and then they like flip out. But the person who posts it is obviously them, right? Like,
yeah,
like the original video. So it's got to be fake. Like, another Karen at the gym, and then like, why would you?
I think some of them are.
They just want views, and it can be outrage views. They don't care.
Yeah,
like positive or negative. I don't understand. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Why? I mean, this girl that I know, obviously she spends a lot of time and energy getting all these pictures and videos of herself that she puts online to like, like 1,000 followers. I was like, why? Why are you doing this to yourself? Why don't you just go where you're going and have fun doing the things that you want to do instead of spending obviously so much time and energy documenting every fucking thing about it for nobody. Nobody cares. Just do your thing. And to get mad at people because they're not participating in your show and saying, "Oh, I'm the star of this moment. Get out of my way." Fuck off.
Whoa.
I just don't understand.
That is intense.
Like, where does that sense of entitlement come from and that self-absorption?
Because people want to be famous in any which way possible. They want to be
not.
Oh yeah, but they want to be recognized, noticed. And the only reason I'm on this podcast, they want to be famous. They just want to be someone.
No, I get it. Everyone wants to be somebody. I would love to have, this podcast blow up and for me to be important, but I'm certainly not going to go around and act as if that's true now.
I think we should. I think we should. We should be stuck up dicks about it. Like, I'll tell you the story about, like, we passed out flyers for our podcast at a comic book convention we did a couple weeks ago, and our buddies passing them out for us, and we tell them, don't pass it out to the younger people, pass it out to the older people. And I was like, that's our audience, like 30 and older. Well, he's passing out to like 15-year-olds, and I'm like, oh dude, no, don't do that. So I go to the restroom, and the garbage is by the restroom, and there's like 5 in there. 5 of the flyers in the trash.
Wait,
and
did you guys make stickers?
I grabbed them because they're on top, and I was like, I gave them back to him. Don't give these to the young kids. And he's like, so what's the show about? Because he does, I was like, it's like pop culture, whatever, movies, TV, a lot of swear words, okay, and a lot of masturbation jokes. So it's not for children, and we have we have to have the obligated minority on the show. So don't give it to the non-minorities. That's you, Johnny.
What?
Yep.
What are you talking about?
I'm confused.
It's basically like affirmative action. Johnny has to be here. That's kind of the podcast rule. So yeah. So
I get it now.
You're
glad to have you, Johnny.
There it is, Johnny. There it is. Remember the yellow and blue thing earlier?
So did you guys ever make those stickers, or did I fucking waste my money?
You're gonna have to ask Carlos. You give him the money. I don't know where it goes. I'm not in control of that.
Because he was like, "Hey, you guys want to pitch in? We'll make QR codes."
Well, the best part was he asked everybody for $20. You just gave him the whole shebang at once.
I was like, "Cool, it's gonna be like $60." I got you, dog. So I gave him $60, and he fucking.
You know what I saw? I saw the flyers
2 weeks ago. I'm sure he's working on it.
No, 2 weeks ago. More like 2-3 months ago. I saw the flyers that Laura designed, and that's the only thing I've seen. And they look like they were made at Kinko's for like 50 cents a piece, maybe less.
Okay. Well, and, do they need to be high quality for people to throw in the trash?
But the stickers, people would more than stick. They'll at least stick it anywhere.
Yeah, you can go to restaurants and then stick it on top of their menu QR codes.
Yeah. Oh, good
clever.
one. Good one. There you go. I like to order. What the fuck? I guess I'll order episode 156. I don't know what that's gonna be about. Dildos and witches. Sure. Is that a combo? Anyway, let's take a break here on Nerds Talking the Podcast. We'll be right back after this.
You say you want to be a tough guy.
You want to fight?
You want to handle your problems? Has someone killed your master?
We came here to battle.
Do you need to get revenge for loved ones? You've heard of the 1-inch punch. How about the no-inch punch? Is there a bully picking on you at work?
Fight me.
Then you need to listen to Kung Fu Movies Podcast. Learn the art of the Kung Fu overdub.
You're pretty good.
Threaten a man with words you don't look like you're saying.
Why you want to kick me?
Point at him, and then pound your fist into your hand and tell him you're next. Learn that and more on Kung Fu Movies Podcast.
Nerds Talking is not responsible for anyone that gets hurt after listening to Kung Fu Movies Podcast. If you do happen to kick someone's ass by listening to the podcast, please let us know. We'll promote it on our show, and we'll even shout you out. You can even be on the show if you kick someone's ass. Nerds Talking the Podcast.
Fight me.
Welcome back to Nerds Talking the Podcast. I'm here with Johnny, Laura, and I'm Lafayette. Remember to rate, subscribe, review, turn on notifications, tell your friends every Tuesday and Friday a new episode of Nerds Talking the Podcast. We're going to jump into our movie review. It is The Voyage. Is it The Last Voyage of the Demeter? Right? The Last Voyage of the Demeter. And it is a movie about Dracula. A little bit different take. It's kind of like a midway movie. Like it'd be like sandwiched between the beginning and the end. It'd be, a trilogy. It kind of just is there. Whatever. But we'll start with Johnny. Johnny, your review of The Last Voyage of the Demeter.
Well, I didn't finish it. I have about 20 minutes left to go. But then you told me how it ended, and I was like, oh. I thought you were fucking with me, and then I fast forwarded a little bit. Sure as shit, It ended just the way you said. And you know what? One of the big problems that I had, like it's fine. It wasn't that scary or whatever. Like I get it, Dracula needs to feed and all that shit. Like he wasn't that scary to me. He looked like Schmeagol, like just a taller Schmeagol. And yeah, when they decided that we're gonna blow up the boat, we're gonna use you as a trap and just sink the ship and he's gonna go down. Why couldn't they do that shit during the day?
Thank you. I kept saying that during the movie.
Okay, all right. So,
so I kept thinking the same shit. Why are you setting a trap at night, you fucking idiots? You know we can't come
just
out during
lock
the
them in
day.
the hole and then burn the whole thing.
But you didn't even have to lock them in the hole. Everybody could just abandon ship.
But that was another thing too. Like they were like, we're gonna plug up this hole. He can only come out through here. But then, oh shit, bitch got wings. Plans all fucked up and
yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was gonna play out a little bit differently because movies don't like to kill dogs and don't like to kill kids. And they kill both of those.
Yeah, I was surprised on both of those.
Rules.
I was definitely surprised by that. It was so it's just as good as Snakes on a Plane for me. Because they do that too. And so I'm gonna say 3.
A 3. Wow. A 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Laura, your take on the Last Voyage of the Demeter.
I didn't have much to think. I didn't have many thoughts about it, which is unusual for me. It was just pretty like me. Again, it was a movie. I didn't hate it. I didn't particularly like it.
Yeah, good point.
I liked the costuming and the set. You know, the boat.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah,
I mean, it was cool to see that kind of stuff because I don't know. I don't see many movies that are set on boats, so that was a little bit. Yeah, exactly. What else can you think of? There's not a lot of them, so it's kind of unique in that sense. And I like how they use the particular bit of. It's all based on the part of Dracula where they talk about this is the captain's log and this is what happened in the ship with Dracula. So it was cool how it, throwback to the original. But yeah, I just really didn't think much of it. I was about ready to fall asleep watching it last night, and there was like 40 minutes left, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, it is
I'm
kind of
turning
boring.
this off and going to bed. And then the next morning I asked him, do you want to keep watching this? He's like, no, not really. I don't really have any interest. And I'm like, yeah, me either. I wouldn't. If I wasn't watching it for the podcast, I would have just left it as is. But I finished it. It was a movie, 2.5, straight in the middle. Not bad, not good, right in the middle.
Yeah, I'm the same. The movie felt like it just was like I said, it was kind of the middle of a trilogy because it's like, okay, how did he get on the boat? Why is he on the boat? We don't know necessarily that. And he's trying to get back to was it Transylvania? Or what was he trying to get back
London.
to? London. That's right,
trying
London.
To get to London.
Yeah. And it was just about his one-way trip to London. That's what the movie's about. It's a one-way trip. And it's about how bad the crew is, how stupid they are. Wait a second. He can catch on fire during the day. Wait, he can't be out during the day. Let's set a trap at night. Like, what? Like, are we this stupid? Are we yeah, it just effects are cool. The boat, like you said, the boat was cool. Like the whole scene, the set was cool. Everything was cool about it, but the story was just like at the end, you're like, this didn't do anything. Like or at all, even for the Dracula lore or whatever. It did nothing.
And how do you feel about movies that like start off with Captain's log, everybody's dead, and then they say 4 weeks earlier, and then everyone jumps on a ship?
That's how
I don't know how I feel about that. Right? I mean, I kind of knew, right? Like if you know what the story's about, you see the trailer, lots of people are gonna die. But
yeah,
don't start your first like 5 minutes with it.
I mean, I didn't expect them to kill Dracula, of course, but still, when you kind of like you said, the whole thing. No one on the ship's gonna survive. No one. So what are we doing here?
Except for the main protagonist.
Except for Tyrannosaurus. Yeah.
Tyrannosaurus
did survive. You're right. He did survive. And then at the end, they went to a bar together and Tyrannosaurus swore to catch good old Dracula. And that's kind of where, is it Bram Stoker's or Stoker? It's Stoker's, right? Or is it Stroke?
Bram Stoker's.
Stokers.
S-T-O-K.
I saw the totally different movie, Strokers. I saw Bam Strokers.
I saw that one too. Super scary.
She was scary. Man, I can't believe it. They just so many shots people's faces. It's just horrible. But anyway, a lot of sucking too, just like Dracula. So not for kids. Don't pass the flyers out to kids. So yeah, I give it a 2. I don't know. It's just the previews got me when I came out. I didn't see it in theaters. So I was like, yeah, it didn't. I'll have to pass. Good thing I passed. So it's all right. So there you go, people. That's our take on the Last Voyage of the Demeter. So check it out if you dare. And anything else, people, before we wrap it up? Jonah?
Nope.
Nothing. Laura?
Nope.
You got nothing for me. Okay, then. We're going to tell ourselves some toodaloos. Joni, tell everybody toodaloo.
Bam Strokers, 4 out of 5.
Laura, toodaloo.
Goodbye.
And that's our show, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Nerds Talking the Podcast. We'll catch you next time.